Today on Judge Faith. After moving into a new apartment, this woman bugged out.
The house was infested with cockroaches. Literally, there was 5,000 cockroaches coming out of the cabinets in the kitchen.
But who was the one behind all this bedbug bedlam?
13 years I owned the house. I never saw or had a complaint on him.
So what do you think, she brought the bed bugs with her?
Yes, I do.
And later, the bugs wreak havoc.
I have 3 children. They had to go to school in the same clothes for 4 weeks.
Had there been a problem with cockroaches in the home?
I never heard of it, no.
Faith Jenkins. Her distinguished legal career began when she graduated first in her law school class. She quickly became a tough New York City prosecutor, and then a preeminent legal analyst on cable news. And now she's the judge in her own courtroom. Her cases are real, and her rulings are final. She is Judge Faith. Plaintiff Stephanie Carroll says that after moving into a new apartment, she quickly discovered that the property was infested with cockroaches and bedbugs. She's seeking $3,500 for the security deposit, exterminator fees, and the loss of property. Defendant Luz Marie Chavez says that the property she owns was pest-free and that the plaintiff brought the bugs with her. She's countersuing for damages.
Remain seated and come to order. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Your Honor, this case we have Carroll versus Serrano Chavez.
Thank you, Barbara. Stephanie Carroll?
Yes.
You were suing the defendant, Luz Marie Chavez, for $3,500 for exterminator fees, loss of property, and the return of your security deposit?
Right.
And you are countersuing, ma'am, for $1,840 for a judgment you say she has not paid, and also for damages and repairs?
That is correct.
Okay, we'll start with you, Ms. Carroll. Tell me how you first met the defendant and how did you come to learn that she was leasing property?
My kids and I were looking online for a place to rent, and it looked pretty nice and, you know, small and quaint. I went ahead and told her how much would I need to move in, and she said $1,000 for a deposit, and I said, okay. And
so you paid a $1,000 security deposit?
Yes, I did.
Did you sign a lease?
And I signed a lease.
Was it a one-year lease?
A 1-year lease.
Do you have a copy of that?
I do.
May I see it, please?
Sure.
And what was the agreed upon monthly rent?
It was $950.
Okay.
There you go. Thank you.
And so what month and year did you move in?
It was towards the end of March, and the lease was supposed to start April 2013.
Okay. So you moved in, and who lived in the home with you?
My 3 children. I have a 16-year-old son, a 14-year-old daughter, and a 9-year-old boy.
This is a home that you own?
This is a home that I owned for 13 years.
And had someone else previously leased this property before she moved in?
Yes.
Okay, and how many tenants had you had before her?
I'd say about 3 or 4.
So how many years have you leased this property total?
I think I leased it for about 8 or 9 years.
Okay, go ahead.
So, in other words, I went ahead and put the deposit down, but then I had some issues in the house, and when I first moved in, the house was infested with cockroaches when I first moved in, because when I woke up in the morning, like my first night there, literally there was 5,000 cockroaches coming out of the cabinets in the kitchen. I mean, there was dead roaches in the refrigerator, frozen to the refrigerator
And you
door.
didn't see that before you moved in?
No, I didn't. They only came out
when the lights went off at night.
Exactly. So
had there been a problem with cockroaches in the home?
I never heard of it.
The first day that she was there, did you hear from her shortly after she moved in and hear a complaint about cockroaches?
Yeah, I did. I did.
Did you make it in writing, or was it a verbal?
Yeah, I told her on the phone first, and then I thought about it. I'm like, you know what, maybe I should document this. So I went ahead and sent her an email. She told me, oh yeah.
Did you get the email?
I got an email, yes.
Okay.
So therefore, I told her, look, we got to do something about this. She said, well, let's do home remedy stuff. She said, boric acid will get rid of them. And so I said, okay, you know what? I'll be willing to try that. So I didn't want to cost her more money. I didn't want to, you know, have to spend money, you know.
So boric acid for 5,000 cockroaches works?
Right.
Who told you that?
She's exaggerating. I was there for
how do you
over
know?
2 weeks, and I never saw one. I was
Were you there at
cleaning it.
night?
I was actually there cleaning it and the whole deal, drawers and everything. I never saw one.
So you think she's lying that she has
Yes,
5,000
she is.
cockroaches?
Yes,
You don't
she
think
is.
she had cockroaches?
There might be a couple, but 5,000 is like, you will see them everywhere. And like I said,
Okay.
I was there to clean it, and I did not see a single bug in the house.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
I did take pictures also, and I sent them via text message to her.
Did you get photos?
Nope, I did not.
Yeah, okay. So, and then I was like, okay, so I went ahead and worked with her because, you know, I had just moved my children. As a single mother, I just moved my kids into this house. I said, I have to make it work. And about 2 months, 3 months later, I started getting a rash, and my little one started getting a rash all over our bodies. And I have videos if you'd like
Well,
to
tell
see.
me what was going on before I
Well,
look at your evidence.
I went to the doctor because of the rashes. And I'm like, okay, well, what could it be? I know the doctor said, well, I think you should probably check your beds. And I'm like, okay. So went home, checked our beds, and I swear to you, there's thousands, and I'm not exaggerating, bugs in our beds.
Bed bugs?
Bed bugs. And with these bed bugs, I mean, they were big, so they had been feeding for a while. And these are brand new beds that I had just, you know, gotten not too long before I moved in. I mean, it had to be about 6 months, but however, so I went ahead and did a video.
Did she tell you about the bed bugs?
She sent me an email, and she said, Luz, I have bed bugs. I go, I have never seen bed bugs in the house either. 13 years I owned the house, I never saw or had a complaint on them. So it took up 3 months for her to notice that she had bed bugs. Then I go, okay, so find an exterminator. And she did. She found someone from her church. And I go, I'll pay for it.
So what do you think she brought the bed bugs with her?
Yes, I do. I do believe it. She brought him in.
Coming up on Judge Faith, the plaintiff's drastic decision.
I had to take everything to the dump, which was about 24,000 pounds of furniture. All of our dressers, all of our clothes.
And later, just who is responsible for the bedbug barrage?
The first day that she was there, did you hear from her shortly after she
No.
moved in and hear a complaint about
No.
cockroaches?
And I have a letter from her own exterminator stating that she brought him in.
Plaintiff Stephanie Carroll says that after moving into a new apartment with her 3 children, she discovered the apartment already had tenants, bedbugs, and cockroaches. Defendant Luz Marie Chavez says the apartment was perfectly fine before the plaintiff moved in.
Wait, did the boric acid work on the 5,000 cockroaches?
No, no. But her and her husband went ahead and went to the dollar store and got some bug spray. And so they put Roach motels with my dishes, with my food. And I was like, okay, well, this is kind of awkward, having Roach motels on my countertops.
So in order to document the bed bugs, you made a report to her, and
Yes,
then
I
you
did.
took video
As soon
of the
as I
bed bugs.
found out.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me see the video.
Oh, that's just a little bit.
What is this? What are they on?
These are in between my box spring and the fabric in between the box spring. So, and that's just the ones that you can see. Literally, some of these bed bugs, they're like see-through. Like you can't even see them when they're at the infant stages.
Did you ever call anyone to have the place professionally treated for the bed bugs?
Yes.
Okay, when did you do that?
When she told me that she had bed bugs, because I had never heard of that before. She called her own person, and they came and sprayed about 5 or 6 times.
And who paid for that?
Me.
Well, actually, I paid for them at first because she wasn't there. So I had to pay for it with my own money, and then she would reimburse me back with my rent.
So are you out of pocket for exterminator fees?
Yes, I am, actually.
How is that?
Well, because I told her in email also that I need to leave. This is too much for me. And I said, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to break this lease.
What month was that?
The end of August, September 2013.
Okay, and so you tell her you want to break the lease.
And she was like, okay, well, if you don't like the conditions, you move out. You find another place. I said, okay. That's good. I said, here's my 30-day notice. I found another place. I said, I do not want to take these bugs with me when I go. I had to throw away all of our belongings, but I got to keep some things because the bug company said that they could salvage some of it if they treated it and if I left it outside in the heat for 4 weeks.
Wow.
However, it didn't work. And the bug company that we used at her house was not good enough. Because when I did move, I treated all my stuff before I moved into the new house because I didn't want another problem at the new house.
And did you have a problem at the new house?
No, well, I did after. And it was probably 3 weeks after I moved in. I noticed there was one crawling on me on the couch. So I immediately got rid of everything. I had to take everything to the dump, which was about 24,000 pounds of furniture. All of our dressers, all of our clothes, all of our furniture.
What is this?
Oh, that is my son's, one of my son's shirts.
Was this after or before you moved?
That was after I moved. And that is one bed bug on our bed.
After you moved?
Nope, that was while we were there. And those are the feces right there of the bugs. After they feed, they leave feces and stuff like that. This is what I had to do. This is my new house. What I had to do, and even at her house also, I had to put all of our stuff in bags like that for over 4 weeks, okay? I have 3 children. They had to go to school in the same clothes. Sorry. For 4 weeks.
Are you telling me that you never had a problem with bed bugs in this home?
Not with any of the tenants that I had. And we put bombs just in case for spiders or roaches or whatever. I spent at least $50 at Home Depot for bed bugs, bombs
$50?
and stuff, while the house was empty.
Yeah.
I even told her, you know, I just bombarded the whole house
Before
just
she
in
moved
case.
in?
But
Before she moved in, yes.
Stop.
Sorry.
Hold on a second. So before she moved in, you said just in case.
Just in
You
case.
bombed the entire house.
That is correct.
But you didn't have
I never
any
saw one in
knowledge
the house.
that there
I
were
never.
bed bugs or cockroaches. But you
That's
were
right.
just bombing to be on the safe side.
On the safe side, just in case.
All right.
She brought him in, and I have a letter from the her own exterminator stating that she did not do what she was supposed to do, and she also brought him in
Oh,
from
how does
another
it? So
place.
the exterminator sent you a letter and said that she brought the bed bugs in from
That is
another place.
correct.
Let me see the letter.
Sure.
Oh, gosh.
Oh,
Would you bring that to me, please, Barbara? This letter does not state that she was the source of the bed bugs in your home.
it does say that. She
Show me
must
where
have
it
brought
says it
him
on the
in.
letter.
Okay.
You don't see it?
No, it says in the letter saying that she must have brought him in.
Well, we're going to take our time. I want you to find it.
Likely brought him with her, right here on this paragraph.
So here's what the letter actually states. It actually, this, and by the way, this isn't notarized or certified or anything like that, but I'll accept it for the purposes of this. It says here, the exterminator from this company wrote, she more than likely brought them, referring to the bed bugs, with her if they weren't there before. If they weren't there before. Now, I understand, Ms. Carroll, that you have contact information for a prior person who lived in the defendant's home.
Yes.
Can you please write that contact information down and provide it to the court?
Sure.
Barbara, would you hand that to me, please? Ma'am, were you and your family also bitten by these bugs?
Oh, absolutely.
And you have a photo of that as well?
I do. I
May I
have
see it?
plenty. I have a lot of photos. That is one rash, and that is on my leg.
What do you have to say about that?
Those pictures don't prove anything. There could be mosquitoes.
So what we're going to do, I'm going to take a recess. I'm going to contact the person who
What
lived in
is
this
the name
phone.
of the
Excuse me,
person?
we're going to take a recess. I'm going to contact someone who lived in this home prior to Miss Carroll moving in. Brief recess.
Coming up, Judge Faith digs deeper.
I spoke to someone who lived in your home prior to the plaintiff moving in. Is there anything you want to change about your testimony today when you told me you never had a report about bed bugs in your home?
I say that, and I continue saying that, yes.
Plaintiff Stephanie Carroll says that she was overrun by thousands of cockroaches and bedbugs in her new apartment. Defendant Luz Marie Chavez says that she never had a single complaint from any of her other tenants. The bugs only appeared after the plaintiff moved in.
Court is once again in session.
I spoke to someone who lived in your home prior to the plaintiff moving in.
Okay.
Is there anything you want to change about your testimony today when you told me you never had a report about bed bugs in your home?
I say that and I continue saying that, yes.
Okay, great. And I'm going to tell you you're a liar. And from the looks of things, you're a slumlord too. Because I spoke to a prior tenant who lived in the home right before she moved in. I also have a sworn statement from the tenant. Not only did he say he had bed bugs when he lived there, he said it's the reason he moved out, ma'am. And you were notified on numerous occasions about the bed bug problem. So how do you, in your moral compass, justify not just coming into court and perjuring yourself here today, but renting your home to a woman with 3 children, knowing it was infested with bugs? How do you justify that in your moral compass?
I did not know anything about it. There's people before they moved out, they almost got evicted, and they moved out before because they did not pay the rent, before I kicked them out. Second of all, if this person lived in my property and did not notify me in writing, did she give you anything in writing that I knew about it? I mean, they did leave some furniture which she wanted, and I said, no, I don't want to give it to you. I'm going to throw everything away so later on you will not say that there's...
You can stop talking, because I think your conduct is reprehensible, and I find you to be appalling. Because let me tell you something. In your state, you have duties and responsibilities as a landlord, and it is prohibited for you to lease that home knowing, with knowledge, that there is a problem with bugs, and that is exactly what you did. Your counterclaim is a non-issue. I'm dismissing it in its entirety. Why did you keep her security deposit? Are you kidding me? With all the issues she had in that home, you had the audacity to keep a $1,000 security deposit?
Because she didn't pay last month's rent. I had to evict her.
You know what? Guess what?
And she did tell the judge
she didn't
the
have
same
to.
thing about
she
the
didn't
bugs,
have to.
and the
Stop.
judge said.
Let me tell you something. She didn't actually, it was well within her rights to withhold last month's rent because you breached a warranty of habitability to her. You owe that to her, to every person who lives in your home.
And now, Judge Faith rules.
Here's what you're going to do. You are going to return her $1,000 security deposit, the $1,000 in exterminator fees, in addition to what she's asking for loss of property, $1,500. If I could order you to pay her more, I would. I would. It's not that when she reported the bed bugs, I don't think you took it seriously. I think you hid the fact that you knew you had a cockroach problem and a bed bug problem, and you tried to put in a $50 bomb before she moved in to try to mask it for a couple of months, and it didn't work. So I think you fraudulently induced her to lease this property. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff, $3,500.
Today on Judge Faith. She says he desperately wanted the loan.
He kept bugging me about, hey, do you think you can let me borrow your credit card so I can make payments on it?
But he paints a very different picture.
I begged her to send this camera back. She wouldn't send it back.
And so when she got it and she gives it to you,
she got
beg
off of
her,
work
don't
early.
give this camera to me, I don't want it?
Faith Jenkins. Her distinguished legal career began when she graduated first in her law school class. She quickly became a tough New York City prosecutor, and then a preeminent legal analyst on cable news. And now she's the judge in her own courtroom. Her cases are real, and her rulings are final. She is Judge Faith. Plaintiff Natalie Del Valle is suing her ex for $3,500, the money she says she loaned him for a camera. Defendant Eric Holloman says the camera was a gift and he owes nothing. He is joined in court today by his business partner, Remington Jackson.
Remain seated and come to order. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Your Honor, this case is Devalier versus Holloman.
Thank you, Barbara. Natalie Devalier?
Yes.
You were suing the defendant Eric Holloman for $3,500, the cost of a camera and accessories you purchased for him?
Yes.
And you say he was supposed to pay you for those items and failed to pay you?
Correct.
Okay. Why don't you start by telling me how you know the defendant?
I went on a dating website and...
Which dating website?
Plenty of Fish.
Okay.
And I was trying to find a relationship and come to find someone who was not very forthcoming.
So how does Plenty of Fish work?
You create a profile. They match you or to possible people that you are most compatible with. You can text back and forth to different people, and his was one of the profiles that did show up.
Okay, and so did you text him or did he text you?
Honestly, I can't remember.
Okay. Do you remember?
Yeah, she texted me. She
Okay.
wrote me. She was like, "Hi, how you doing?"
What made you go on Plenty of Fish?
Just to meet girls.
All right, that's generally the reason
Yeah.
people go on there, right? Okay. All right, so the two of you start texting back and forth, and do you live in the same city?
No.
Oh, so this was long distance.
Well, I live in Phoenix, and he actually was in town visiting his sister. But on his profile, he said he was moving to Arizona, so that's kind of how I started talking to him.
How long did the two of you text back and forth before you met in person?
3 days.
Yeah, like a
3
few
days?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the two of you started dating?
No, I wouldn't say dating. Not right away. We were just trying to get to know each other.
But eventually the two of you were in a relationship?
No.
We weren't
Not a
boyfriend,
relationship.
girlfriend. We were seeing each other, dating, but
Okay, but it was not an exclusive relationship?
No.
correct.
Okay. How long did the dating last?
For 2.5 months.
All right, and so were you in Phoenix, Arizona during the 2.5 months, or were you?
Yeah, I was down there for a long time, visiting my sisters, my family members, stuff like that.
How was their relationship during the 2.5 months the two of you were seeing each other?
We were almost always together. If I wasn't at work, we were together. And he ended up telling me that, he saw a future with me. He was the first guy that actually told me he loved me first. So I was kind
That's
of blown
incorrect.
back by that.
No.
And
No.
And he, I had told him my plans of moving back to California, and he was already making those plans, making it look like we were gonna actually have a future together.
Okay, so were you working in Phoenix or in that area at the time?
I had shoots going on here and there.
What do you do for a living?
I own a production company, and I shoot music videos, commercials, events, and stuff like that.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
He introduced me to his family. He introduced me to his sister, his parents, his grandparents. We were at barbecues together with his family.
I don't have grandparents, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
And to me, for any guy to actually tell me that, introduce someone to their family, I actually thought what he was telling me was serious, that he was real. So,
How old are you?
26.
And you are?
26.
All right, go ahead.
As we were hanging out a lot more, he was telling me that he was getting a job that was going to be in Arizona. He was offered if he got a better camera, he would be able to take on this job.
How did the conversation about the camera come up?
I mean, just having conversations.
No, tell
and,
me the exact conversation.
About the camera?
Yes.
I don't remember. I don't remember the exact
You
conversation.
don't remember the conversation about the camera?
No. We
You
just
don't
talked
remember-
a lot about, dreams and aspirations and stuff like that.
Well, tell me what you said.
Yeah,
What-
I was
tell
just
me what
like,
you told her.
I have 3 cameras of these already, but I need another one. And she was just like telling me about her credit limit and like how she wants to help me with the business and stuff like that. She wants to see me be more successful than what I am. And I was like, okay.
So you tell her, I have 3 cameras.
Yeah.
And I
That's
need
not
another
true.
one.
Yeah, correct.
And what is her response to that?
She was very interested. She was like telling me about her credit limit
No,
and
that's not
how she
true.
had all this credit limit. And I was like, oh, really? And she was like, yeah, I can help you. Like, you seem like a genuine person. I'm inspired by the things you do, just stuff like that. And I was like, all right, you want to help me? But on an everyday basis, I get a lot of people saying, hey, I can help your business by doing this and doing that. And she was one of those people.
How much was the camera?
It was $3,434.29.
Okay, so she said, I want to help you.
Yeah, correct.
And I want to, buy this camera for you?
Yeah, she was like, she'll put it on her card.
Okay, and what was your response to that?
I was like, really? Okay, well, yeah, let's do it. I was like, what do I need to do? And she was like, well, maybe, we both can make payments on it from time to time. I was like, okay.
Okay, and so she puts it on her credit card.
Correct.
And when do you make payments on it?
She didn't tell me that. She said we can make payments on it from time to time.
Okay.
She never told me like, hey, the payment is due this day or that day.
So you get the camera. When do you start giving her payments? As you,
Never. I
the
never
two of
gave
you
her.
discussed.
I never gave her a payment. It didn't even last that long. We didn't even talk for that long.
What didn't last that long?
The relationship.
Okay, why does that matter? If you say you're going to make payments on a camera, I'm not asking you how long the relationship lasted. I'm
Right.
asking you when you started making payments.
I never got an opportunity to make the payments
What do you mean you never had an opportunity to start making payments?
because I went back to Dallas. I wasn't in Phoenix anymore.
And the mail doesn't work. You can't send a
What's
check.
that?
You can't
What's
send
that?
a money order. You can't wire the money. You're telling me the only reason why you didn't make a payment is because you didn't know how to get the money to her.
No, I'm
And
not saying that.
Okay, what are you saying?
I'm saying we never did really discuss. She was just saying we can make it, but she didn't say, hey, Eric, I'm gonna need you to, make the payment on this day, and that day. She never said anything like
So
that.
she never said to you, I'm going to put this on my credit card, but you're responsible for making these payments. I want you to pay for the camera.
Yeah, she never said that.
Never said that.
Next on Judge Faith. She wants payments, he'll post pictures.
He has intimate videos and pictures of when we were dating, and he blackmailed me that it'd be ashamed if these leaked.
We laying down, and I was like, I'm not making those payments, because she said something about the payments, and I was like, I'm not making payments.
Plaintiff Natalie Delvalle is suing her ex for the money she says she loaned him for a camera. Defendant Eric Holloman says she never said the money was a loan.
Okay, what's your version of this?
Okay, he had told me that he had this production company that he was offered a job in Phoenix the start of September to do this reality show. And he needed an upgraded camera in order to get that job. And I had told him, I go, well, why don't you go ahead and get it?
I didn't say that.
He said that he wasn't.
Don't interrupt.
He couldn't get a credit to do that because his company wouldn't allow it, or it's bad for business or something or other. And I go, well, why don't you try to apply for credit? We tried to apply for credit online for him under his name. He couldn't get any credit. So he said, I have to get it before this time, or else I'm not going to be able to do it. They need to know by the beginning of September.
Why can't you buy the camera yourself? Why do you need her to put it on
I
her
don't
credit
need her to buy
cards?
it. She offered it. She was like, hey, she the one implicated how she had, money on her credit card and stuff. I was like, all right. And I get a lot of people saying they can help me. And she wanted to help. She was like, I see a future with you, and I want to be on your side. I want to walk you through this.
So what you're saying is you didn't need the money?
I didn't need the money,
You didn't need
no.
her to buy the camera
No.
for you? Okay, go ahead.
He had told me he had the money in a credit union over in Dallas that he would eventually pay me. We had a discussion, multiple discussions, because he kept bugging me about, hey, do you think you can let me borrow your credit card so I can
Never
make
bugged her about
payments
it.
on it? And I said, look, I just paid off my credit cards. I can't afford another payment. There's no way in my budget that I'm going to be able to make payments at all. I go, so if I do this, you have to promise that you're going to be able to pay all 3 credit cards that you split it on, plus interest on their due dates. Are you going to be able to do that?
You're telling me that he told you he would pay for all of the payments.
Yes.
Is that true, sir?
No.
Never
Excuse
happened.
me. Never.
Who are you, sir? Step
Partner.
up, please. Mr. Jackson?
Yes.
Step over, please. What do you
Sure.
have to add, sir?
I think there's just a small fact being left out.
Okay.
Before the camera came, he asked her to send it back.
Correct.
How do you know this?
Well, I'm a business partner. We have a joint venture.
Okay.
So she never consulted with any of the other parties of the business. She never talked with me.
Oh, so
or
this
the
was a
other
business
partner.
agreement?
Well,
Pretty much, like she said she wanted to help out, so she's helping out
Go
the
ahead,
business.
sir. What are you talking about when you say he asked her to send the camera back?
when we talked about it, and he talked about what was going on, specifically I told him, tell her to send it back because we're not paying for anything.
Okay.
So if
and
it hasn't been ordered, don't order it.
Okay, but when it was ordered,
But
right?
prior to it being ordered, he sent and there were messages
prior
in the
before
phone.
it came.
He said immediately once we consulted about it.
So don't
send
take
it
the
back.
camera. So if she
Exactly.
buys the
I
camera
was
and she
with-
gives it to you, then don't accept it.
She was like, no. If even,
Oh, sit down.
Hold on,
Sit, have
no.
a seat. Have a seat.
She was like, no.
So
listen.
your testimony is, I told her, don't buy the camera, send it back. But when she
Correct.
buys it, you take it, you
Because
accept it.
prior to that, she was saying, hey, you're gonna get this camera even if I have to make these payments.
So she forced
No,
you to
I
take this
didn't.
camera.
No,
How
I
did she do
didn't.
that?
Hey, let me
knife
tell you.
point? How did she do
We
that?
were laying in bed when she said that because we had an
Oh, my
argument
God.
prior to the camera coming. We laying down and I was like, I'm not making those payments because she said something about the payments and I was like, I'm not making payments. I begged her to send this camera back. She wouldn't send it back.
And so when she got it, so when she got it and she gives it to
When
you,
she got it,
do you
she got
beg
off of
her,
work
don't
early.
give this camera to me, I don't want it?
She
No.
got off of work early to go sign for it and everything. She's like, here's the camera. I was like, you sure you don't want to send this back? Send it back, because I'm not paying on it. And she was like, no, you're keeping it.
Why couldn't you send it back?
Once it came in, he started looking at it, taking it out, taking pictures of himself, like posting on Instagram,
No,
his
she
new
took a
camera
picture
that
of
he
me with the
got.
camera.
So what proof do you have that he promised to pay you for the camera?
I have text messages saying that he was going to pay for everything plus interest.
Let me see
and he
the
was gonna
text
make
messages.
Text messages.
So the two of you broke up at some point. What happened?
I actually had seen some Facebook posts that he was flirting with other females, and I called him out on it twice. Once I called him out that I thought he was going to take the camera and go, and he got mad at me, so he deleted me from Facebook. And then...
But the two of you weren't exclusively
Yeah,
dating, so
we were
why
just-
would you be upset about him flirting with other people on Facebook?
My whole point was, I told him, I go, look, if you're making yourself very available around, let me know so I can make myself available, because you're telling me you're in love with me, you want to have a feature, go move with me to California and all this other stuff. You're making me think otherwise that you want to be exclusive.
But
I go,
he
"Just
has
let me know."
not, listen, talk is cheap. He has not made you his girlfriend, right? The two of you are not in an exclusive relationship?
Right. But
Okay.
to me, he's telling me he loved me. We're all
Sign number one.
Yeah.
Because you're buying a $3,400 camera for a man who tells you he loves you, but you're not
Trust
even
me.
his girlfriend.
Trust me, I have learned the biggest lesson today.
She told me she loved me first.
No, I didn't.
Yes, she did.
So what happens? How did the relationship end and when?
I basically said, I go, hey, if you're going to be flirting with, he goes, well, why did you like that comment? I go, I found it disrespectful. I go, I didn't know we were dating other people. I thought we were just dating each other. And he goes, well, we're never boyfriend, girlfriend. I said, absolutely, you're right. But I go, if you're making yourself available to other people, let me know so I can make it. And he like blew it out of proportion. You know what? I have to go back to Texas anyways. I'm gonna pay your money when I get there. I like just blew everything out. I was like, why are you making this such a big deal? It's not that big of a deal.
So you blocked her from Facebook and moved back to Texas and you never heard from him again?
I tried to text him because he said he was going to Texas to get the money to send to me. And so I said, hey, did
not
you
my
get...
reason.
In the text messages, I said, did you get home okay? He was starting to be real short with me, didn't answer completely. And I basically said, I go, when are you ready to give me my account number to you so you can transfer the funds over? And that's when he started denying that he even made an agreement to me to pay anything, that he doesn't remember me loaning him the money.
Did you say that?
I don't recall saying all that.
Okay.
Coming up, Judge Faith's life lessons.
A man who says they love you, but you are not his girlfriend. A man that says they love you, but they're blocking you on Facebook. A man that says they love you, but they refuse to pay for something they said they would when they moved back to Dallas. He's not a lover, honey. He's a user.
Plaintiff Natalie DeValier is suing her ex for loans taken on 3 credit cards. Defendant Eric Holloman says she insisted the camera was a gift.
You say, I'm in love with you and I'm doing all of this because I do believe that we are going to have a future together. I just need you to say that you agree you are going to pay me back. We've already had this conversation already though, boo. You say, I need you to say it again. Please just give me reassurance. You're saying this to him. Can you say to me, I promise I will pay off $4,000 plus interest on the 3 credit cards? And your response is, yes, boo.
Look, I don't remember saying yes.
I don't care
to
what
that.
you remember, what you don't remember.
That's
It's in
text
writing.
message.
That's
You
all
can
I need to
manipulate a
see.
text message. I don't
Convenient.
remember all that.
You're having convenient memory loss right now, sir.
Okay.
Your double talking is over.
No,
I
we
have what you wrote in text messages. You can come into court and say anything you want to say, but I'm telling you what you wrote in text messages, and you promised to pay her the $4,000 plus interest. Boo. Do you have anything else to add about this?
He did, once I did file with court, because after he got the demand letter, he said, I'll see you in court, sent me like a winky smiley face, and then blackmailed me with like intimate video and
What do you mean by
pictures.
that?
He has intimate videos and pictures of when we were dating, and he blackmailed me that if you look on the text messages, it says, "See you in court" with a winky face. It'd be ashamed if these leaked on the
Did you
internet.
say that?
Yeah, I said that.
Okay.
Because I was mad for
Why
the
do you think
simple
that's
fact.
funny?
I don't think it's funny. Like, I was being for real.
Oh, so is that what you do when a woman does something that you don't like? You threaten to release naked videos or photos?
No. I was mad at that time, but...
I don't care if you were mad. What state were you in? Arizona?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you know that's a felony in Arizona. It's called revenge porn.
Okay.
When you threaten to leak nude photos or videos
But I
of
didn't say
an
that.
ex-lover...
I didn't say that.
Yeah,
I didn't say I was going to leak naked photos,
why don't
naked
I just
videos.
read what you said? Because she submitted it in court. See you in court, smiley face. I wouldn't be surprised if all these porn videos we created leaked. That's exactly what you said. And I'm telling you, sir, first of all, that's a real jerk move, okay? It's below the belt. It's below the belt. It's called revenge porn. When you threaten to release nude photos or videos of an ex-lover to humiliate them. And in the state of Arizona, it is now a felony. You will go to prison and you will be fined. So you know what? I dare you to do it. So you can go to jail.
Okay.
Let me tell you one more thing, just in case this is your MO and this is what you do and you're down in Dallas trying to pull the same stunts with other young women. There was recently a case in Texas just this year where a young woman sued her ex-boyfriend and won a $500,000 judgment against him because he posted naked videos and pictures of her online. So I'm telling you now, you either want to go to prison or you want to lose your business because you're going to pay. If you do it, you will pay. There are consequences.
Like I said, I was just mad at the time. I'm not going to do it, though.
You're going to be mad today, too, because you're about to lose this case. You're about to pay her for the camera.
And now, Judge Faith rules.
Have higher expectations for yourself, okay? A man who says they love you, but you are not his girlfriend, a man that says they love you, but they're blocking you on Facebook, a man that says they love you, but they refuse to pay for something they said they would when they moved back to Dallas, he's not a lover, honey, he's a user.
I agree.
But I am glad you had the courage to file this lawsuit because otherwise you would have never seen your money. I'm ordering you to pay her $3,500 for the camera and the accessories plus the court cost. Judgment for this lady.
Today on Judge Faith, this aunt says her niece pretends she doesn't owe for a loan.
It was her word, and she said, Auntie, you know, I'll pay you back.
And this was her idea, so
Oh,
I'm gonna ask
no,
her.
but I can't wait to hear this one.
But the niece insists her aunt is hiding money from her kids' IRAs.
She swore to me she still had those accounts for the IRA, both of those accounts, 2 accounts.
Never had a conversation.
Never happened.
And Judge Faith has to make sense out of the stories she uncovered.
The most important piece of evidence you say you don't have with you.
She called me and asked me if she could borrow another $1,800.
You can't think of a good answer.
No, I can't think of a good answer. It was because I
No,
agreed
how
to
about
her
you
because
just
I
start
agreed to
telling
her.
the truth and
I am
stop
telling the
thinking
truth,
so
Your Honor.
much.
I am telling the truth.
No, you're not.
Faith Jenkins. Her distinguished legal career began when she graduated first in her law school class. She quickly became a tough New York City prosecutor and then a preeminent legal analyst on cable news. And now she's the judge in her own courtroom. Her cases are real and her rulings are final. She is Judge Faith. Plaintiff Janice Calhoun says she gave her niece a loan to get through hard times. She's suing for $3,200, the unpaid balance plus interest. Defendant Cheryl Soraka says she gave her aunt cash to open 2 IRAs and is countersuing for the $2,000 paid for the IRAs.
Remain seated and come to order. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Your Honor, this case is Calhoun versus Soraka.
Thank you, Barbara. Janice Calhoun,
Yes.
you are suing the defendant Cheryl Soraka for $3,200, $2,900 in an unpaid loan and $300 in interest?
Correct.
And you are countersuing, ma'am, for $2,000. You say she owes you that money.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I understand that Miss Soraka is your niece, ma'am?
She is my brother's stepdaughter. Yes, she is my niece.
Okay, so why don't we just start from the beginning and you give me a little bit of background about you and Miss Soraka's relationship?
I've known her since she was about 2 to 3 years old. While she was growing up as a young child, I wasn't really around her very much, but over the last few years, our relationship has gotten rather close as she's gotten older and was married and started her own family. So we have become very, very close.
And how would you describe your relationship with your aunt over the last few years?
We had gotten closer. She would be at my house on the holidays. After my grandfather passed away, we conversed more often on the phone, and then it just on a daily basis at times. Sometimes, like she said, 2 or 3 times a day. I was going through some personal issues with my marriage and also just other issues, and she was
there for you?
Yeah, she was being a good aunt.
Okay. Prior to the money that's in dispute in this case, was she helping you out financially?
No.
Okay.
No.
So she called you, you had a conversation with her. What specifically did she say she needed money for?
Because her husband had been temporarily laid off, and they were behind on their rent a couple of months, and that at that point in time, she said, I only have $3 in my checking account. I don't have any food for the kids or for us, and my phone's getting ready to get turned off, and she had some other issues with utilities. And I asked her, I said, well, what are you asking me? And she said, well, I want to know if you can help me out. I said, well, how much do you absolutely have to have? And she said, well, $3,000 is what I need to get me out from under this. And I said, well, you know, that's quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
How
Are you working? Are
Pardon?
you retired or are you working?
I'm retired.
Okay. So what's your source of income?
I have my retirement and Social Security disability.
Okay. So $3,000, you say it's a lot of money for you?
Well, it's a lot of money for me to loan.
Right.
But I was willing to do it for her. And then I had even asked her, well, could we do something like maybe $1,500? And she goes, well, that's not really going to help that much. And I said, it's got to be $3,000. And she goes, $3,000's really got to get me where I need to be. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, okay.
And what do you say? What do you say she said in terms of the agreement to pay you back? I know you have a different story, and I'll hear that in a second. But what do you say the agreement was in terms of her paying you back?
There was the only agreement was that it was her word, and she said, Auntie, you know, I'll pay you back.
Starting when?
You know I'll pay you back, Auntie.
Okay.
And so at that, when on the 24th, she said, well, can I come, you know, I'll come over and get a check. I said, well, you don't have to do that. Give me your checking account number, and I will go get the money and go put it in your checking account. So you didn't have to, because she does have her 2 small children, so she wouldn't have to do that I would take care of it for her.
And do you have proof that you did that?
Yes, I do.
May I see it, please?
Yes.
So you say you put $3,000 into her account. Did she
Yes.
ever pay you back any of this money?
She has paid me $100.
Do you have proof of that?
Yes.
May I see that, please? What's going on, Ms. Soraka? What do you say happened?
Early 2013, she was supposed to invest in 2 accounts for my children.
What was the exact conversation you say you had with her?
Was that just in case I was going to get a divorce or just longevity, security for my children. It was a smart thing to do.
And what specifically did you say to her that you wanted her to do?
Invest this money so it would have security for my children.
Invested in what?
And we decided 2 individual IRAs, which fluctuates with the stock markets. She's the one who knew about this. She had been coaching me and standing beside me through so many different things that I felt very comfortable with her decision. I withdrew the money out of my account.
How much money?
Which is $5,000, $2,500 each. And when I had called her, I was at ends. I had no monies, and I needed her to liquidate the IRAs. But along this time, I had asked her for information, something saying that these two accounts existed, and I've never gotten any proof. And like we've explained, that we had not seen each other in person very often, so it was always put off till the next day, till the next date, till the next date.
How much money are you saying you gave her?
$5,000.
In cash?
Yes, and it was supposed to be $2,500 for my son, $2,500 for my daughter.
To open two IRAs?
Two separate accounts, yes.
And you, to this day, you have no proof that these IRAs exist?
Nothing.
Coming up on Judge Faith, something's amiss about two missing IRAs.
Why did you deposit $100 into her account? I need you to give me an answer that makes sense so I can believe it.
Because she wanted to...
You can't think of a good answer.
Plaintiff Janice Calhoun says her niece took out a loan with her but never paid it back. Defendant Cheryl Soraka says her aunt owes her for two missing IRAs.
May I see your proof that you gave her the money?
Yes.
Well, this just says that you withdrew $5,000 out of your bank account, but it doesn't show me that you actually gave her, because she's going to say, did she give you $5,000,
She
ma'am?
never, we never
Okay.
had a conversation. She never gave me a dime.
I don't dispute what you say, that you took out $5,000
No, there's an
out of your
additional
account.
receipt that I have misplaced.
Well, the issue is, do you have proof that you gave her that money to open up two IRAs?
Besides emails, text messages, no.
Okay,
Oh, I'd
did
like
you
to
have
see
a
those.
conversation? Did you have a conversation with Ms. Soraka about setting up IRAs?
Never.
Never had a conversation?
Never happened, no.
You have no idea what
Never.
she's talking about?
No.
Never.
Did she ever give you $5,000?
No, she's never given me a dime.
So in a split second, she just drops $3,000 into my bank for no reason whatsoever.
I'm going to figure that out. That's
Okay,
my job
please
to
do,
figure
because-
that out. But my question to you is, how many months go by before you have the conversation with her about $3,000?
I have been repeatedly asking her. It wasn't about $3,000. It was liquidating the IRAs together. Because I
Okay,
was
do you
running out of
have
money.
any, what did you communicate via text, email?
Text, yes.
Do you have the text messages?
I have the text messages, her and I conversing about these two accounts.
Can you
And
show me the text messages?
Yes, if we can get the phone to charge.
No, she can't.
No, hold on a
Let's
second.
go get
Hold
the
on a
phone in
second.
possession. We can plug it in, Your
Is your
Honor.
phone working? I mean, what do you
No.
mean by you can't get the phone to charge?
No, I cannot get the phone to charge.
What other proof do you have, ma'am?
I have proof.
I want to find out about this IRA, because if you're telling the truth, all I want is evidence that that an IRA was set up, that you gave her $5,000, that this account
IRAs,
actually exists. You don't have an email forwarded to you from her?
No.
You don't
She sent me
have
pictures of her dogs when I asked her for the information. Excuse me for interrupting. I apologize. But I have 2 emails with her Yorkies. I have this other.
If you don't have evidence in court with you today, it doesn't exist to me. You understand?
Your Honor,
it doesn't
I
exist.
did, and the phone is burnt out. If we could take a recess, if I could find somebody to replace that thing.
I know,
like
I'm
did.
not taking a recess, because this is your opportunity now. You knew what you had to come into court and
Yes,
prove
ma'am.
today.
Yes, ma'am.
I should not have to take a recess for you to go and get your evidence off of your broken phone. The most important piece of evidence you say you have, you don't have with you. To me, it does not exist.
All
Would you like my evidence?
You know, I'm really starting to question your credibility on this, because from January until now, you say you gave her $5,000 in cash,
And
by
I
the way.
repeatedly asked
in
her
cash.
for the reports, some type of.
And you
information from the
have no
accounts.
proof with you today that this IRA exists. She says it doesn't. You have no proof that it exists. You have no proof that it was ever set up. You have no proof that you ever gave her $5,000. You have no proof that you ever followed up with her and asked her about the IRA. You have absolutely nothing.
May I say something? She'd called me. She'd had some accident with her van on the freeway coming from her grandmother's house back to her house. She'd run over a blanket.
Mm-hmm.
So she had to have her car repaired, and her insurance company was going to pay for it, but they weren't going to pay the repair shop.
So she's asking you for more money. That's what you're saying?
So she needed her car, so she called me and asked me if she could borrow another $1,800 so she could get her car from the body shop. at this time, it had been too many months, and I hadn't gotten any money back from the $3,000. And I said, Cheryl, you know, I just can't. You know, I don't have it. I said, you don't have any recourse at all? And she said, I opened up 2 savings accounts, one for each kid. And she goes, but there's only $500 in each one. And I said, well, you're gonna have to get some money from that.
What happened with that conversation about the accident?
That is not the way the conversation has gone.
What happened?
Okay.
Did you have an accident? Did you run over a blanket?
No, I did not run over a blanket, okay? No, I did not run over a blanket, but I had repeatedly asked her back for the money or proof that that was the penalties. She said that from the 2 IRAs that she had established for my children. Can I just back up and just start over, please?
No, I just want you to tell
you're
me.
questioning my credibility, and it's
No, ma'am. She's not doing anything to your credibility.
No, I'm asking
You're doing
you.
it
I
to
don't
yourself
want you
because.
to question my
Well,
credibility.
you don't have any proof. You don't have any proof. You're telling me $5,000 is a lot of money for most people. Most people don't give $5,000 in cash without having some kind of proof that they've given that money to someone, and you have a checking account. So there's no reason for you to not write out a check or get a money order.
No, because she was.
You want me to believe that you gave somebody cash for IRAs
This is
and you
my
have no
aunt.
proof that they even exist?
Yes, it was my aunt. And
What happened with the accident?
with the accident, I ran over a. It wasn't a blanket. It was a coil from a washer machine.
And did you call and ask her for more money?
No, I
You're
told
saying
her
it was the
I
money.
needed the rest of my money. I needed some proof that there was accounts and that the penalties that when she liquidated the IRAs that I only got, she said that the most I would get was $1,700 out of each of the IRAs. So she dropped $3,000 into my account, boom, like that.
You're saying that you never had a conversation with her about IRAs. Where do you think
Never.
this is? Where do you think this is coming from? Then is she
Never.
just making this up?
Yes.
No, I'm not the one who drinks. She could do that, but she's the one who drinks. She's the one who drinks all day long and comes up with these things, and I can just go on and on and on about how many stories.
Why did you deposit $100 into her account?
What about the 3 checks that she
I'm
has of
asking
mine
you a
that's not
question.
cash?
I'm asking you a question. Why did you deposit $100 into her account in May of this year?
Because she said it would be best if I kept the IRAs. This was way before, if we can go back, okay? That if I kept those 2 accounts for my
There
kids.
are no IRAs.
Yeah, well, apparently not, okay? But if and I don't mean to be rude to my aunt, but it's just, there's something so far beyond what is going on here.
Why do